cool of you. Thank you so much, Richard. And but that's what I keep saying about everybody. And it's always wonderful to hear everyone performing different works in this open mic in Poetic License. Where's my paper? In my Poetic License open mic. I gotta find this stuff from somewhere. I'm such a goofball, I know. Normally I would start the second round by reading something from the other literary magazine, which I will do, but I wanted to read more political stuff that's in the most recent release of cc&d magazine, The Anniversary in This Town. I've got two more that are political pieces that I just wanted to share at the end. Ta-da, that's how I roll. I hope you appreciate them. This first one is called, especially because cc&d magazine, the full name is Children, Churches, and Daddies, that talks about the dysfunctionality of those things. This piece is called Nepotism from One Bad Daddy. Nepotism now runs rampant with our newly re-elected U.S. president. Then again, our last president's son wasn't spot on with the law anyway. And I actually thought that nepotism only dealt with it, only time nations dealt with this is when it came to royalty ruling over their countries. But here in the States, I thought we were supposed to be smarter. But in this millennium, the entertainer-in-chief screams that presidents they don't like are from Kenya, because when it comes to exploiting fear, everyone hates anything not like them. So many children have been haunted by their daddies. Now we're all stuck with one bad daddy. Dislike of the other means the right will hate anything that could be construed as helping planet Earth, and understanding the political spectrum makes it far too easy to connect fascist dots from any right-leaning leader to Hitler. Which rights are taken away as the pendulum swings from one direction oh so violently to the next? Obama was the one who caught bin Laden, shot him and left him out to sea, but this millennium will remain known as Republicans starting wars, picking fights, thinking they're the leaders who can impose their moral will. And where does that leave the rest of us? Because if you don't know a leader or a free world or otherwise, nepotism's not going to save you, which is why my head has been swimming. Not because my family's not in power, but because it's in the hands of people who jumped onto the chain of that pendulum and have been pushing and swinging, seeing how high they could really go. And that's the thing. Politicians have become giant children abandoned at the playground, and no one is watching to see what trouble they'll cause. And that's the thing. Somebody here is listening to me as I'm reading this, so you're freaking me out. And that's the thing. Back in the day, Republicans didn't make waves, but now they've trumped you, jumping on this I must fit in with him mindset. And I still keep asking, where does that leave us? Where does that leave the children who feel they could do a better job of ruling a country, but no better than to step into those rancid waters, expecting to rise above the government waste versus merely floating or even sinking to the bottom, unable to hold your breath in the putrid stench that they can't escape? Because that's what happens when the pendulum swings too high. So many people trying to get you so high. They keep throwing too much shit as they swing that they don't care where the shit falls. That's the thing. It's falling everywhere. And it's falling on us. Nepotism from One Bad Daddy. I've got one really short one. This is how short it is. This is the second one I'm going to do. And it is titled Once Free, Once Slave Supporting. Today was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The same day an egocentric megalomaniac took over as leader of this once free, yet once slave-supporting country. Without even stepping outside, I could feel the winds rattling the house foundations this morning. The windows shook. as I could almost hear the oppression rattling the window panes, trying to blow my house down. Done. Thank you. It was crazy that that's what the weather was like that day. That actually was the case. I will not do any more political pieces. You got your fix of cc&d for today, you guys. But it just came out today. I released it hours before this open mic started. But now I am so thrilled to go for a next round and start it up with our, oh yay, welcome that he's back, John F. McMillan, Zoom host, and then Leonard, yay, will be following. So I will shut myself up. John, the stage is yours. Take it away.